Waka waka waka, what's up? Today we're going to be doing an unboxing, building, and full review of the Blokees Classic Class Rise of the Beast Optimus Prime. Let's transform, roll out, and take it to the table. And welcome back to the channel yet again for a different kind of FC Finch video. And yeah, so it's actually been a while since I've done one of these. We're actually going to be doing an unboxing, a building, and a review of a model kit figure. And I actually did a build video about a year or so ago, but it was on a Star Wars toy, so it didn't get many views, which is okay, because this really isn't a Star Wars channel, but it was kind of a childhood thing of mine, so I figured we'll give this a try. And today, we're going to be taking a look at the Transformers Blokees Classic Class Optimus Prime, which is, of course, looks like a take on Rise of the Beast Optimus Prime. And yes, so essentially, and I put this kind of picture in my post section of this box. I went to Walmart and actually saw on the kind of live stream that TM Reviews did this past week that T-Man, I forget the number that he has there, T-Man actually had this guy, and he said, yeah, this was $10, I couldn't pass it up. And well, so I went to Walmart, and of course, I went to Walmart to buy motor oil for my car. I was going to do an oil change, and I decided, hey, let's just go in the toy aisle and see what's there. And there was a bunch of Transformers 1 stuff, and then there was this and Bumblebee, and I'm like, oh, well, let's just see how much it, like $9.88 or something like this. Like, well, we'll twist my arm at that point. And I know this breaks my rule of, like, buying model kits, like not buying model kits and not buying non-transforming Transformers. But you know what? At $10, I really couldn't pass this up. So I figure we're gonna take a look at something new, simulate the channel just a little bit. And yeah, so we're just gonna take a quick look at the box. I'll try to get the glare off there, but we have a nice kind of almost holographic image of Optimus Prime from Rise of the Beast. I love the effect that you got on his little trailer packs, tractor truck packs right there, and the eyes. The eyes look really good to have a glow to them. We got Blokees, Transformers, Classic Class Optimus Prime, and then you have, let's see, at chest and eyes, they all light up apparently, though somebody commented and said he couldn't get his to light up. They find us on Facebook, Authentic Transformers, because we got to specify that these days. Good for Blokees for being authentic. And of course we got a side view of Optimus Prime Classic Class 01 Optimus Prime, so of course I guess Bumblebee is 02. And on the top you do have, again, Optimus Prime doing a little pose right there, Classic Class Blokees figures. And then on the other side you have the shots of the figure himself. Of course, standing up, he does come with his accessory, and of course he does come with some joints and stuff like that. And on the back you can see a bit more. You got a little bio on there. I'll let you pause and read it if you so desire. And he got all little pads. He does come with a display stand, which I thought was pretty cool. I did confirm with JJ, who does also have this, that yes, it does come with the display stand, so that is pretty cool. Let's get the box open. So we're gonna take our little handy dandy box, lightsaber noises, and we're gonna reach in there and we're just gonna cut the top, and yeah, let's just cut the bottom. And yeah, I realize this is gonna be a bunch of parts, but whatever. And we'll open from the top. And yeah, that's pretty much it for what's inside the box. So of course we have what appears to be our little display stand right here. And of course we have our little instruction. Let's take a look at the instruction booklet. Let's just see what we're kind of getting ourselves into. And oh, this is stickers for our display stand. That's pretty cool. So we got little stickers there for the display stand, and we got like a little oh, this is just kind of telling you how to kind of assemble some things, which is pretty cool. And let's check out the instructions now, because that's going to really tell us how to assemble stuff. And yeah, so we got all of these right here, and wow, that's cool. So if you just assembled Gundam model kits, like I used to back in the day, this should be pretty easy. This looks like the 1 in 144 scale. Mobile Suit Gundam model kits I used to do back many moons ago, over half my life ago. And yeah, just a bunch of ball joints, but it looks like a fun little model kit. You know, from what I understand, these Blokees weren't like meant to be overly complicated. They were just meant to kind of be fun. And on the back, you got, oh, look at that. So you're gonna get the whole cast essentially. So I know they already got Bumblebee. I'm assuming Raj is coming out. You got RC there. You got Optimus Prime. You got Scourge. And yeah, so that is pretty cool. So real quick, what I'm gonna do, let's see, you do have, let's see, this is probably all his inner workings and inner parts right here. And then of course you have all his little effects pieces right here. And then we have just his little external pieces right here. So what we'll do, let's open these. Okay, let's just cut everything open because I ain't scared. And yeah, so you can tell, there's his helmet piece. Look at that, look at that. And then of course we got his little, this is parts of his cannon. I could tell right there. And then of course we have just some little ball joint. We got some insignias on there. It looks really good. Get those off to the side. And cut this open. Toss this off to the side, and of course, you know, probably a lot of his metal workings right there. Got some more metal workings. I love the different color tones, and this looks really good. It got his little leg pieces right there. That looks really good. You got this, looks like part of the, yeah, this is part of the cannon right here. And then we got like his little wheel and tire pieces. His looks, yep, these are his feet. These are his feet right here. And let's see, lastly, let's get the effects parts out. There we go. Kind of cut all that open because we're not scared. This is once this gets a rocking, don't come a knocking. I'm just gonna get all of this out right here. Ooh, we got lots of effects parts. Can't make sure we lose because we're starting to get to small parts. So we got a pelvic piece here too. I got a pelvic piece here too. It looks painted. That looks really cool. These are for the little display stand. They look very nice. And of course we have a bunch of other effects parts which are done pretty. Ooh, we got his little arm pieces here with the Autobot symbol. That's pretty cool. And last but not least, let's get this open. Just take this out of the box. And there we have essentially his flight stand. I think we could just like real quick assemble this on camera. Maybe, is that how it works? I guess. Yeah, and it looks like how it should be. But I guess you can put this in a bunch of different formats and it's not gonna matter. So that said, that is pretty much all of our stuff right here. So here is how I'm going to work this. For this specific video, next up, I'm going to show you I'm going to cut these all out of their little prisons themselves. I'm going to take these out of their prisons themselves, and I'm going to work on the model kit. I'm going to show the build in bits and pieces in fast forward in this video, and I'm going to kind of give a montage while I am doing that. However, I will make a full build video that is going to be full length. I'll post that as a separate piece in case you wanted to watch that. That way, this video isn't that long. And of course, if you want to hear me jibber jabber and talk about the build, I can most certainly do that. So we'll do this in 2 different videos. So I'm going to be right back and we are going to get to building this thing. And after I build it, I will give this an in-depth review. So stick with me. Let's get down to it. And so while this thing plays, I'm going to sit here and do a little bit of a rant. I'll let MGO style. I mean, yeah, seriously, you know, it should be obvious by now, like what YouTubers I kind of base my channel off of, just because, you know, that I like sheer enthusiasm. I mean, I added my own pizzazz there, and I'm very wordy, I'm very long-winded, and I'm talkative, but, you know, that's just kind of how I roll with stuff. But anyway, I'm going to rant. Also going to pour myself a drink. Don't mind if I do. This is Four Hands Brewing and their compilation Voltron beer. It's actually a very pretty can. Maybe I might post a picture of it on the site. Maybe not. It's got the comics and everything. It looks really good. Got the whole team. The original Voltron, not the Netflix one. Even though apparently the Netflix one is good. Let me know in the comments. I don't know. I haven't watched like an episode, and that was years ago, and I lost interest. So let me know about that. There's so many series out there that people say are good. Stranger Things is another one. Everybody says this series is awesome. I watched like half an episode and yeah, that's never again. That was like 10 years ago or whatever it was. And yeah, never again, never caught my fancy or anything like that. Let's talk model kits. So back in the day, I actually used to build Gundam model kits. Back in the late 90s, I was a child of the late 90s or a high schooler of the late 90s. So Gundam Wing was the big thing back in those days. And, the show gets a whole lot of crap, but, I will say this. Without Gundam Wing, I wouldn't even know what a Gundam even was. I don't even do much with Gundam anymore besides watch the shows. It just so time consuming to build the kits. And I see it. Trust me, I'm jealous of all of you that still are able to build Gunpla. Trust me. But either way, I used to play with the Gundam model kits back in the day, and because back if you saw the commercials for the Gundam Wing model kits, they called them action figure model kits. Keyword for me being action figure, and I know there's probably a whole bunch of Gunpla builders out there like Blastomer. You're not supposed to play with it. You're supposed to display it. I mean, that's probably going to be the same as the masterpiece collectors for Transformers. You're supposed to leave it in this way. You're never supposed to transform it. And yeah. But I'm mentally 10 all my life, even though I'm close to 40 years old. So I'm actually going to play with it. This might be why some of my masterpiece figures have, small like little dings everywhere and all that good stuff. But hey, they get used, they get loved. I'm good with that. But yeah, used to do those Gundam model kits. I think the last model kit for Gundam I did was probably 20 years ago. That one actually is still in one piece. So actually, they're all still one piece, but some of the joints are more looser than others because they were certainly well used. You know what I miss from Gundam? Mobile suit in action, man. Seriously, those are like ball joints everywhere and little peg pieces. And it's like, yeah, they were pieces of crap, but you know what the cool part about those pieces of crap was? They're ball joints. You could pop shit off and it would just be like, oh, look at that, he's got his arm blown off and all that good stuff. I mean, seriously, you could make your mobile suits look like they're blown up and stuff like that. It's like, actually, let me know in the comments. Let me know in the comments because I'm not sure. I'm going off here about Gundam. It's like, how many of you Transformers collectors are into stuff like Gundam and Star Trek? Do you watch this channel in its entirety? Speaking of which, speaking of the channel itself, thank you so much for close to 900 subscribers. I totally appreciate you, everybody, following my annoying butt around. We are going to be changing the studio yet again. So yes, another style of wall to look at. I've been contemplating a name for the FC Finch studio. I think we're just going to call it the Mark III. Seriously, I mean, why do we need to get more in-depth than numbers or making things sound cool and all that? I mean, seriously, numbers are cool. Think about it. Let's talk Star Trek for a second there. They had like the Mark 8 torpedo or Mark 4 phaser. It's like, well, why didn't we just go Mark 9 torpedo? It's like, I know we got to make it sound not as cool as 9, but certainly cooler than 7. And then some other guy probably said, "Well, 7, 8, 9, bitch." And yeah, and then they have, of course, 7 of 9, but she is an actual character, like not even a torpedo. So, yeah, just all kinds of things, missed opportunities, all that good stuff. But either way, we're probably going to go with the FC Finch Studio Mark III. I think that's what we're going to do. We're going to have a little drink here. It's a hazy IPA, by the way. In case anybody's into that. I'm okay with IPAs. They're kind of like an easy drinking beer to me, I guess. I don't know, like that. But either way, it's good to have a little drink every now and again while we're filming in the studio. Not that we always do that, but either way, I'm digging my own grave here. Anyway, we got about 2 minutes left to talk. Man, this build video is I timed it. It's like, 6 minutes. I didn't want to go any faster than ×3 speed because at that point, it's like people look at it. It's like, oh, you're going too fast, you're going too fast. Even though anybody's actually interested in the build, I'm going to post the build in a separate video. Like I said in this one, I'm actually may regurgitate some of the things I'm going to say later in the video. Now, I mean, it was a fun build. What can I say with that? I mean, this is something that's freaking, $10. This is like the third time I'm going to say that in this video. Just you wait and see. $10 at a trip to Walmart, and seriously, it's all kinds of fun. It was like that Optimus Prime Lego build. Speaking of Legos, I still haven't gotten the Bumblebee kit yet. Let me know in the comments. Is the Bumblebee kit any good? Is it fun? I mean, it looks like it's fun to build. I know the car mode looks like crap. I don't care. Seriously, it's Legos and Transformers, dude. Get over it. Nothing's going to look perfect. Seriously. I hear Soundwave's next, so I'm sure people will be saying that's going to be screwed up, but it's like, seriously, it's a rectangle, man. It is a rectangle. How hard can it be? So we will be looking forward to that. We'll at least get the Soundwave one. Curious if we'll do a Megatron Lego. Wonder if that's going to be the infamous tank. speaking of Megatron, the Studio Series 86 Megatron, who's looking forward to that? I'm looking forward to that. I know everybody's like, oh, blasphemy! It should be a Walter or whatever the hell kind of gut he is. It's like, but Hasbro won't do that for legal reasons. Hey, you know what? I get it. Quite frankly, I'm going to say this: the Monocrat Mega Tank is, in my opinion, the best damn Megatron figure that ever existed, and that thing turns into a tank, and yeah, I don't care because this robot looks so badass. Let's get on with the review. And let's talk about our first Blokees figure on this channel. Our first Build-A-Anything figure on this channel. And, yeah, it looks good. I mean, it's just this cool little chipified version of Rise of the Beast Optimus Prime. I quite dig this. Now, real quick, we're just going to go over the kit as it came. Obviously, if you're one of those hardcore model kit builders, you already know that you could basically take all these pieces and you can add a piece of paint. You could add some custom paint to it. You could like totally metallic paint this guy out if you so want. You could panel line, I guess, if you want. I mean, obviously it's a model kit, so that's the added bit of creativity you are allowed with these, is that over the standard figures is that you get a little bit of that. But that said, yeah, he looks great. So you got some very nice. This guy's loaded with molded detail. Got some nice molded detail on the mask right there. His eyes, they do everything does light up. I'm just not sure how. It just seems to have a mind of its own. So don't ask me how the light works. I don't know. And apparently one of the comments on when I posted this in my community section was that, yeah, I kind of have to throw this against the wall to get the lighting to work. So hey, if you know surefire way, let me know in the comments. I don't care too much, but you know, it's a nice clear blue plastic for the eyes. They are to facilitate the light up feature. Helmet done in very nice molded detail. You got the silver metallic for the top. Everything molded very nicely. You got the venting detail. You got his little truck pecs done in clear light blue plastic, which doesn't really show as light blue the way it's assembled, but that's okay. Move out the arm. You can see everything, no gaps or everything closed up. I mean, it's an action figure, so of course it has to. It does a few things better over the transferring figures. Come around to the back and you can see nice, clean, typical Rise of the Beast / Bumblebee movie. Optimus back at the little cylinder back there. You got some muscle detail, and you got the butt plate right here. Again, nice molded detail. You got tons of detail going down to the legs. Has little faux tires and whatnot. You got the molded detail right here. Would have been nice to have a little extra paint here, but you get some paint on the other. You get his Autobot symbols right there on his shoulders, and you get some nice silver paint for the striping under that, so it looks really, really good. We'll talk about his articulation next. He comes with quite a bit of that. So the head, everything's on a ball joint, so let's get that out of the way. Head can look up, wow, quite a ways. It can look down a fair amount, and go knock the camera. It can go all around, moves very smoothly. The arms, of course, you get a little bit of a butterfly joint in and out. You can go out to the side, hindered only by your little truck thing right here. You can go all the way around if you want to. You do have, let's see, you have a elbow movement. You have elbow movement right there, and you do get 90 at the elbow, not quite the full on, yeah. And the wrist does have some wrist rotation. You can go a little bit of in and out movement at the wrist. Move these out to the side because you have a very nice, albeit a little bit tight, of a waist swivel. And of course, if you get it out, you can get a fusion kick. Look at that. Not quite a fusion back kick due to the butt plate here, and not quite a fusion side kick, just hair under that. You do have, you have a thigh swivel. You do have a knee swivel. You have 90 at the knee. And, of course, you have some toe tilt and heel tilt. And, of course, you have ankle tilt. And yeah, so that's pretty much it for his articulation. We'll talk about his accessories next. He does come with a couple of those. So the first thing you do get is you get his cannon, which of course we put together, and of course it does have some nice molded detail. You got the silver on there with the red. And of course this you could probably paint this a nice metallic right there. You got the little kind of bayonet thing on the top. You got his scope right here, just all molded very nicely. And of course, if you want to put this on him, you just take his hand off the ball joint and you're just gonna put this on. I assume the little saber side goes up. I haven't seen the film in a while. And yeah, so there he goes. You got his little arm cannon right there. And of course, since this guy does come with his own display base, you can, we just put this together, you can actually use this display base and set him up on there to get a really, really neat display with this guy. Go look at that. And yeah, that's gonna be pretty much it for his accessories. Let's get him back into a neutral pose for just a quick comparison. I'm not really going to do much on the comparisons front for this guy, but we will get him in there with Studio Series 86 Hot Rod, who's like, you know, another figure you could have got on the mainline. Can't get him no more. Apparently he's going for buco bucks. So when, you know, I just use minus my stress transform or something, then there's probably a lot of mainline collectors out there like blasphemer. Anyway, and if you want kind of a scale measurement of this guy, he is just about a hair under 5 inches tall, which is okay. Because here's the thing, this is $10 too, so it's like, I mean, you're getting something pretty detailed that's under 5 inches tall, and that's pretty much it for our comparisons and our robot. And let's sum it up for the Blokees Classic Class Rise of the Beast Optimus Prime. Now, I know a few videos ago, probably about a year ago, I swore to kind of write off all non-transforming Transformers and the Transformers model kits, all that good stuff. But, you know, just kind of having one of these in hand, I can safely say I see the appeal to these things. You do lose the transformation aspect, but what you do get is a really fun build where everything goes together. The build process is super smooth. The instructions are real intuitive. And of course, being a model kit, you can really go any which way you want with this. You can lay all the parts out. You can paint him. You can have this guy looking all nice, clean, and metallic looking, however you want to do it. I mean, it is basically a customizer's dream. And you get a really cool action figure out of it. He's fully articulated, gets pretty much all the moves down. Everything moves really well. Comes with a fair amount of accessories. I quite dig the base plate myself. And the only complaint I have against this guy is the light up feature is kind of problematic, but I'm really not going to light it up all that much, so I'm not too worried about it. And of course, the biggest appeal of this guy, he was 10 flipping bucks. I'm not kidding. I was purchasing motor oil, and I'm just like, yeah, I'll stop in the Walmart toy aisle and see what's up. And yeah, so $10, twist my arm, man. And I'm not going to put a link in the description down below. Just go to your local Walmart. They have like 4 or 5 of these guys in stock, as well as the Bumblebee. So if you want something fun, little thing to pass away a couple hours and have a cool little bot to display on your desk, then by all means, pick this one up. I do highly recommend it. That said, that is going to conclude this review. You guys know what to do at this point. If you found this review fun and informative, let me know by hitting the like button down below. I greatly appreciate it. It does help me out. Also, if you are interested in mostly masterpiece Transformers reviews, but I do stuff like this on occasion. Of course, I do mainline as well when JJ is feeling generous. Consider subscribing to me. We are almost at 900 subscribers. Thank you so much to those of you that already are. I've been FC Finch. Thank you so much for watching, and thank you for making me a part of your collecting journey. Good night.